So, should we talk about your hair? Looks very nice.
Thank you.
How many times a year to get your hair done?
I've been behind on everything. Like I typically get it done every 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
Okay. It broke my brain the first time that I found out how much a lady's hair costs to get done.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Can we talk about the price of how much this costs or no?
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
Okay. So what is like the standard just like cut and color?
Guess.
I truly have no idea.
But you can guess.
$140, but I know that's too low.
It's too low. Today I did a cut and a half head and it was $410.
$410.
With tip?
No. And then I left 20% tip.
Okay.
And that's a lot cheaper than New York.
Okay. And what was in New York?
I don't know.
The last time I got my hair cut and colored in New York, it was $500, no tip.
Yeah, I want to say mine was in the 7 and 8s.
Can
those were full heads. I did full heads in New York.
Can we do some? My microphone's messing around here, so we may need to adjust. But can we do some quick math on how much a hairdresser makes in a year doing a woman's hair?
Are we going to start the episode first?
So, I don't know. We can keep this in. No,
sure.
Is this interesting? I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold this up.
Okay.
To hopefully help. So let's say they can do what? 2 in a day.
No, I saw 4 go in and out of this one today.
You saw 4. She did 4.
Yeah, if they have an assistant, they can put foils in one person's hair and then go foil the other person.
So she's making $2,000 a day. She's working 5 days a week, and she's working, let's say, 50 weeks of the year. I mean, that's $500,000.
No, these
obviously there's some cost in there, but
no. Yeah, it's a real.
Is that's not how much hairdressers make?
Yeah, if they're good, they can.
They've got to like pay for rent at the space and probably half that. Taxes.
Interesting. AI ain't taking that job either.
No. And here's the thing, like, you'll hair hop. Like, I've been trying to find this blonde person. Priscilla's hair looked so good that I was like, I got to go try her.
My mom said that she got to the roots. I think it looks phenomenal.
She did a really good job, this girl. She's good at blondes. That's the thing. People that are good at blondes, like, you'll go and you'll pay more. Because, like, there's nothing worse also than a bad color. I've had one bad color that I said something on. And it takes a lot for me to say something. And it was in Laguna Beach. And I was like, this looks bad. I said to the girl when she was done. And she like called over her colleagues and was like, does this look bad? And they're like, no, I mean, it looks great. And I knew they were just like group thinking, right? And they thought they had power in numbers. So they were like, if there's the 3 of us and we all tell her like it looks great, then she's wrong.
What do you like tell them when you go in?
I show photos. I show a photo and I say, this is what I like. So I held the photo up and I held up what was with my hair. And I was like, these 2 things look very different. And the 3 of them were like, no, they don't. And I just looked at her and I said, okay, done. And I just paid, tipped, left, and just was like, that's not a battle we're going to win.
Can I keep asking questions or is this boring?
No, you can keep asking.
Okay. So what photo did you show today?
Now I loved the girl Elise that did my hair in New York. I loved it. So I go and I find anytime she did it. So in this case, it was, I was wearing that white outfit in New York. I don't know if you remember. It was right before Miami because I got my hair done before Miami.
Okay, so you show a picture of yourself.
Oh yeah. I show my hair of a time when I really liked it because here's what can happen. If you don't show your hair, then they can say, well, your natural color is a little different than her natural color. So, for example, if I showed my girl Morgan Stewart's hair color, then the girl could be like, well, you have a different natural base than Morgan.
So they would do a gaslight.
Yeah, so I show my hair, and I say, this is an example of a
good
time.
Use of the word?
Yes, good use of the word. So I show my hair, and I say, this girl in New York did it. I loved every time she did it.
Okay. Well, it looks phenomenal. Do you want me to talk about men's haircuts now?
What are they, $35 a pop?
I found a new place. I think I'm paying $40. Which is like high end for me.
How often do you go?
I'm trying to go once a month. And I talked about my guy the other day. I think he's great. I may go in there tomorrow, but actually we're traveling tomorrow, so that could be a good foray.
What's his name?
I just say, hey, can you just make it shorter on the sides? And then my sides grow faster than my top. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm dealing with some aging on the top. And so we do a little more trimming on the sides, and then I like a little flow at the back, and yeah. But it's not a lot. I don't show photos. I like really want them to feel it out.
Yeah, that's dangerous for a girl. I would never say feel it out. Like, I would never be like, just feel it out and let me know what you come up with. No.
Okay. Should we start the episode now?
Now I think we should start it. Ready?
Okay.
Why don't you start
Are we
it?
keeping that in?
Yeah.
You start it.
I can't take your job.
No, it's not my job. Start it. Today's your day. I can feel it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This is how I do my hair.
No. Welcome to Two Parents in a Podcast. Say that. Say it. Come on.
Welcome to Two Parents in a Podcast.
With some energy, you're welcoming them to the episode.
I wish I could sing and then I would belt it out and sing it, but I can't.
I sung to Tate in the car just now.
Wow. What song?
I love you, Tate. I sing it to her every day. She never responds.
You know, of all the things that she, like, doesn't enjoy, like, I think she wouldn't, let me get my wording here right. Like, this girl loves food, right?
Yeah.
Loves food. Loves to play. I don't think she loves music yet.
She loves the bar song by Shabuzi. My baby want a Birkin. Is that the bar song?
Yeah.
She been telling me all
But I find
night
like her
long.
smile levels
She dances.
over music aren't like her smile levels with meat.
Oh. Or when you say choo choo choo, swallow, she smiles. Or salute, she smiles. She loves words.
On airplanes, like you give that
So
girl
happy.
a little security pamphlet.
Yeah.
She is, but music, she doesn't love it as much as I thought she would so far.
Her new favorite thing to do on the flight is to look between the chair, the seats, and see the person behind and wave at them.
It's unbelievable.
It's so cute. She had a really good, like, she's had some good flights, some bad flights, and a lot of that has to do with the timing, but she had some really good, strong to and from Charleston flights.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so speaking of that, we were going to talk about today, like, what are Bubber's favorite toys? And
Do you not want to talk about Charleston first?
I do, but I just feel like favorite toys seems like what we're going to talk about right now.
Okay.
Which is number 1 on the list for a 9-month-old AirPod case. But take out the AirPods so they can't choke on them. And then the little magnet up and down, big hit. What's number 2?
Car keys, 100%.
She thinks the car keys are food.
Well, so I think what happened there is the first time we gave her the car keys, and maybe we should like put up a picture of her car keys.
No, it's okay. They're pretty standard.
No, because the first time she actually were given, we were eating ribs, and they like our car keys kind of look like the ribs. I was more so suggesting the car keys beside the ribs. So I think she thinks they're ribs because she eats the car keys more than she eats any other items.
She's so cute. Oh my God.
What do you think number 3 is?
Laptop. Number 3 is a laptop because she can pick it up and put it down and bang on the keys. It's like a DJ booth for her. It's big time.
I don't understand how, like, she's so addicted to the keys, but when she does get them, how many keys she can hit so fast.
She will pounce. If we have our laptop open, she's leaping. What do you think is number 3 or 4? Do number 4. Let's keep it going. Number 4.
Well, I think that where this is going, where
No,
I'm
give
just
us a
like
fourth.
surprised, is items. Like, she loves items. She doesn't love toys.
But
And,
what do
like,
you think number 4 is?
Forks. She loves forks.
Yeah, no, forks are huge right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Gotta be careful with them,
Of
but she
course.
loves them.
But it's so funny. It's not a toy. Like, it's not her favorite doll or animal or chew stick. It's
The hotels have been giving her these stuffed animals.
doesn't care less. She wants
Very
that
nice.
AirPod case.
I've never seen her interact with a stuffed animal.
Number 5, a room key or a credit card.
Yeah, she learned that from her mother.
I think it's like she thinks it's a teether. So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the top. No toys, all things that we possess and can give to her. So it's
And at
great.
what point do they like start? Do we know when they start actually liking toys?
Well, I think that there's plenty of babies that like toys. Ours just likes different items.
But she'll eventually like toys.
Totally. Just in time for her playroom. But let's do Charleston and then we'll talk about the playroom.
Okay. Am I just going to be holding this mic the whole time?
I think so.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about why you're in the bed?
Yes, and let's give him a shout out. Let's talk about why we are in this hotel bed. Okay. And then will somebody in this room, there are 4 of us, not let me forget that we are then going to talk about Charleston.
Okay.
Okay.
Before, because we're getting going, and I just got stuck in the rain, and we were talking about hair. How is my hair?
It looks
Is it okay?
The hair looks
great.
great.
I'm a little nervous.
It looks really
Do
good.
I have the red spots?
No.
Okay.
Harrison has something genetic where once every like 3 hours you get red spots on your face.
Well, I think what it is when I'm wearing hair gel and water gets on my hair and then I have an allergic reaction.
No, that's
on
not
the
it.
hair gel.
You've told me multiple times it's shampoo, it's hair gel, it's nothing to do with anything, and it happens at random times.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we are at the Line Hotel, and did my voice just crack? When I was pregnant, we lived here at the Line for like 3 weeks.
Yep.
And we loved this hotel so much that when we had to move out of our house because the wood floors are taking longer than we thought, Harrison and I both looked at each other. We're like, we're staying at the Line because there's a coffee shop we love. We love their breakfast tacos, and we have walking accessibility to the path.
And a cool pool.
And a great pool. And so we were like, we're moving into the Line. So it's very familiar. Tater's been here a lot. She just was in the belly when she was here. So now she's in her crib. And
Yep.
your mom's here with us.
My mom is here. We have a hectic few days, and so she...
We asked both the grandmas. We said, who can come? And your grandma. Your mom was like, you know what? I can come. So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very...
So thank you very much for coming down, Mom.
Yes. Thank you, Kathy.
Diehard listener.
Tate calls her Baba. So Baba's in town. Harrison, what's going on with you?
I was thinking about Julie's mom and if she still listens or not, or if we lost her as a listener.
No, she did a binge last week. She told me that. She
Okay.
listened to like 3 or 4 episodes in one day.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So we've lost her as a weekly listener, but when she gets supremely bored, she tunes in.
Exactly.
Okay.
When it's
Perfect.
a slow news day, she will tune in. Oh man, I just saw the snot sucker. Like, I would die for you to suck the snot out of my nose right now. I know that's really gross, but like, I'm dying.
Oh, sounds like maybe a vlog idea for us, using the snot sucker on Alex.
We've been using it on the Totski. She had like really bad allergies, and so did you in Charleston. My allergies hit me on the way back, like my ears were doing something, and so now I have them. Tate is unfortunately in that licking the ground phase. Parents, you know what I'm talking about. The fork falls on the ground, and we pick it up, and it goes into her mouth. She's licking the laptop. She's licking anything that she can get her hands on, which means I have to have a higher standard for cleaning products that I am using around the house. Also, you guys, if you are wiping down plants and you just recently found out that cleaning products could be killing your plants or affecting their overall health with harsh chemicals like VOCs, this ad is for you. This is why we switched to Blue Land. Their products are made to meet the highest environmental standards. Their products are not just clean, they are mom clean, which is so important now. Blue Land products are 100% plastic free and made with certified clean ingredients that are safe to use around family, pets, and yes, plants. You don't have to choose between the safe option and what actually gets your house clean. Their products are powerfully effective and 100% plastic free, which is one thing that is so important to Harrison and I, is no plastic. Blue Land products are independently tested to perform alongside major brands and are free of dyes, bleach, and harsh chemicals. One of my favorite things, you guys, that they make is the dishwasher tablets. They're proven to perform on baked on, burnt on stains. No rinse aid needed. And I am always baking on my pans and I can never get everything off of them. But Blue Land, the dishwasher tablets are the best. So Blue Land has a special offer for our listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/2parents. You don't want to miss this. blueland.com/2parents for 15% off. That's blueland.com/2parents to get 15% off. Okay, Charleston. Let's segue to Charleston, and then we'll do the house update. Let's do the house update now. Okay, so we are doing the wood floors. Royce is doing the wood floors. He's a man of God. I love him so much.
I love Royce.
We went over there and the gospel was playing loud and clear last night at 8 p.m.
He's a great guy.
It was church. It was great. He was just there working away. And yep, so the wood floors came in. They're going to take a little longer than we thought though.
Yeah, but no, he's really paying attention to the details, and I'm standing by him.
As am I. This is a Royce...
Positive podcast.
Positive is a great word. What was I going to say? I was going to say stan. I didn't know the word. This is a pro Royce podcast. And so, yeah, the wood floors are going in. All the furniture for the playroom is ordered. We went and walked. Okay, so we were like looking at all these beds online because we're redoing our bedroom now. And we were like, just looking at all these basic beds, kind of, for lack of a better term. And then when we were on King Street in Charleston, which we're going to talk about, believe it or not, Harrison was like, let's go into this like random store and look at beds. And we went in there and this lady pulled up all the beds that they could get quick shipped to Austin. And there's this like awesome bed. I'm going to make a TikTok about it, but we'll also put it up on the screen. I'm so excited about ordering it.
Has it been ordered?
She was up my butt trying to order this bed, okay, for 3 days. Like, couldn't get away from it. Now I can't get her to respond. I don't know what happened. She was like, I went to New York. And I was like, okay, well, I want to order the bed. So hopefully, God willing, we can order the bed.
Well, I love the bed.
I love the bed is awesome. And then we're going to get
a great example of like your kindness paying off, because like we went in the store, they didn't have beds we liked.
And they only had 4 poster beds.
We were
don't
like
want one of those.
trying to get out of that store, and like they were like, oh no, come over here, we're gonna show you the ones online, like I was trying to get out, and I could tell you were trying to get out, but I could tell you were just being like nice and polite. And like the first one they showed was just like
so bad.
Not it. Second one just like not it. And I'm like, we're just gonna sit here for like 20 minutes and look at beds that we don't like. And then the third bed they showed was like, holy shit, like that is our bed.
I was like, that I've never seen anything like it.
Good karma.
It's subtle but cool. And then we're gonna get these really cool wood nightstands and then a white rug. I've got it designed in my brain. I'm gonna get it out on paper and there will be a TikTok made so I can show you guys. The playroom's gonna be awesome. Bubber's room's gonna be great. And then the guest bedroom's gonna be like the least cool of the 4, but nonetheless I'm excited. So the basement is almost done. The upstairs is gonna be done. We need to work on some stuff on the main floor next. We need to find a really good carpenter. But we'll keep you guys posted as we go online. But I would say, so out of 10, how far of the way are we done?
I think we mentioned this last week, but like the big project that we still haven't undertaken is the yard. And that is the one that unfortunately, we are not in a better place this week than we were last week. So maybe the DMs will be helpful with that.
But where out of 10, like how project-wise, we have the yard and we have the carpentry left, and then are we good?
What do you mean carpentry?
The cabinet maker.
Okay.
It's a carpenter.
That's a bit of a tricky name. I would have thought a carpenter would have done carpets.
No?
I would have thought it would have been a cabinet maker.
Well,
A woodworker.
a woodworker.
A woodworker. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
I thought I was the general contractor. Apparently not.
No.
Yeah. So that, but the one of the projects is really easy, and like I have it done, the one on the main floor, and then the second one downstairs with the whole bar area, also some minor delays, but like I'm not concerned.
So we get home last night and we're like so excited to go see the wood floors. Not a lot of progress that you can see, but Royce was telling us about all the progress. He's leveled out the floor. He's done the baseboards. I mean, like things are moving over there. And so we're not gonna move back in until next week. The only problem is next week we're going to Napa and Carmel.
Yeah.
For the 4th of July and my birthday. And so then we got to go to Oklahoma City. Should I like mention my grandma? We're going for my grandma's funeral. A lot of you guys DM'd me because my mom posted that my grandma did pass away, and you guys DM'd me that you were sorry about that. Thank you. She lived a wonderful life. She was a wonderful lady. She was really beautiful. So we're going to go to the funeral the week after that. So we're just like moving in like 2.5 weeks. I don't know. But you told me to treat it like summer camp here at this hotel, and that's really been my vibe. Actually, I was in a really bad mood when the podcast started, but I've gotten out of it now.
I could tell.
No, I wasn't in a bad mood. I was in a flat mood, and I felt like the world was overwhelming me, and I've gotten out of that since then.
Yeah, I feel like your energy levels are...
I feel like you guys are in like a goofy mood.
We are in a goofy, silly mood. I felt really bad. Like I don't like when I miss things. I was like really inconsiderate of Jules' time today. I felt underprepared, and I was being like really hard on myself and mean to myself. So, and like I was trying to pump in the car, and like that was going everywhere, and it made me in a really bad mood. And then like things got derailed.
Okay, well,
in my brain.
You're doing great.
So are you?
Should we talk about Charleston or just tease it more?
No, I think we should let's just glaze right over it at this point. No. So okay, a lot of people were saying they want to do this Charleston trip. And the proponent of why we went to Charleston was Harrison, because he's like, I've never been to Charleston. I've been wanting to go. Also, there's a direct flight from Austin to Charleston, and optimizing our flight times with Bubber has become really important to us. We wanted to do Italy this summer, and then we were like, no, we do not. Like, we're going to stay here. We're going to take easy flights. We're going to do things that are convenient. And so Charleston and Kiowa popped up on that. We looked at Isle of Palms, Folly Beach, and Kiowa. to decide like what beach centric area did we want to go to outside Charleston. And then we got hotel specific, and you found there was an auberge. Harrison loves an auberge. I also love an auberge, but you're really the forerunner of the auberges.
Yeah, well, I think when we looked, so I'd always wanted to go to Charleston. Charleston's been on my list for like 5 to 10 years. I remember I watched 1 or 2 seasons of that Southern Charm. I don't know if you ever watched it. I was like, this place looks phenomenal.
Totally.
But it felt like a town that like 48 hours, like we wanted a 5-day trip, and it felt like there to be a good kind of 1-2 punch between 48 hours in Charleston and then, or 48 to 72 in Charleston, 48 to 72 elsewhere. And I didn't know between all those other ones you mentioned. And yes, hotel was the delineator.
Because a lot of the other ones you get a house in. And we were too late because we were booking on the fly. So like you couldn't rent a house.
Nailed it.
So the hotel put us over the edge.
Yes. And funny enough, while I thought we were staying in Kiowa, we technically were not in Kiowa.
We were on the Kiowa River.
We were on Kiowa River, very confusing. St. John's Island, right across from Kiowa. And so we did 3 days at the Dunlin.
Mm-hmm. Which ranked that on a scale of 1 to 10.
Why don't you go and then I'll go? Because
8.5. They need one more restaurant there.
Yes, I will probably go with a 9. I really liked it.
But you can go do it like its own trip. Like it's a resort. It's not just a hotel. Like there's kayaking, there's boats they take you out on. Like it's a property. It's very cool.
Really liked it. Amazing campus, amazing rooms. The food was phenomenal. I think you nailed it that like they're definitely missing a restaurant because it's isolated. And then do you want to talk about the other thing that we discussed?
A lot of walkability. Well, a lot of people say to stay at the Kiowa Sanctuary Hotel.
Okay, that is not where I was going, so I'll come back.
Well, I just would say that hotel was not for me.
Yeah, because I think we need to be very honest with our reviews.
Yes, and my review of that hotel is not it, and the review of the Dunlin is like, I will be back.
But we had one area of improvement for the Dunlin.
I don't know, you go, because I can't think of it.
They felt, the staff there were amazing, 10 out of 10.
They needed more of them.
They felt understaffed.
So individuals, right? So like Lucas was working so hard, but they needed 3 Lucases.
Yeah, they were like running around to get to all the tables.
I felt bad for them.
But so the staff there were phenomenal. But yes, definitely it felt like, especially in the restaurants, just like 1 or 2 more would have moved the needle by the pool, same kind of situation. But really fun, beautiful, loved it. I loved the aesthetic.
I agree. I mean, it's such a whimsical, preppy, fun, happy. Oh. And then we stayed at the Dewberry in Charleston.
Before we do that, can I just do some more details?
Please.
Because I felt like there was a lot of questions in the DMs about the trip. So what we loved about it is there was a really cool farmer's market that you could walk to. They had a really cool little like animal farm on there with chickens.
The goatery.
Goats, I was going to call them lambs. They had pickleball courts and tennis courts.
Kayaks.
They did like s'mores at night. So a lot of activities.
Painting. They had painting at the pool. There's 2 pools.
2 pools, great gym.
Crab hunting.
So all those activities you just mentioned.
Coastal tour.
We liked, except we did not like the coast. We did the water safari. What's it called?
The coastal tour.
The coastal tour, coastal safari.
Yeah.
I was underwhelmed with that. I would not recommend that.
Now, Elbow, like your elbow, was the guide.
Great guide.
Great guide.
Just sleepy.
Just not a lot to look at, but he found if it was there to look at, he found it. We saw like 12 dolphins. I mean, that was cool.
Yes, but like when we did that gator thing in Florida.
Oh my God.
Where did we do that? Do we remember that? In the Everglades. That to me was like a 10 out of 10 mission.
Just we can keep the same, but your camera's there, and I know Jules is sitting over there, but you got to talk this way.
I know. I was gonna say we really needed to flip you guys because Harrison loves to.
I love to chat with Jules.
I know, but you're gonna have to arrive at the party.
I feel heard by Jules.
And you're heard by Jules.
I feel heard.
But you're seen by the camera. So.
I feel embraced.
So
Jules.
Just kick it right there.
Okay.
Heard by Jules, but seen by the camera.
I can still hear you over here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, P. This is
eye contact, Priscilla.
Our moment. So yeah, and then we didn't do the crab fishing, which I would have liked to have done, but timing didn't permit. And
Wait, I wanted to say what we did as parents, like a parenting moment that we had, because the Bubberator had to go to bed early. And we were having so much fun on Friday night. And so Harrison was like, let's go back, let's put Bubs to bed, and let's play cards. And so we're going to play Monopoly, but then we go back to put Tate to bed. Tate's wide awake. I mean, we can't get this girl to go to bed. So we're like, fine, Bubs, you're going to play Monopoly with us. But the Monopoly pieces were too small that she could swallow them. Because if it gets within arm's reach of her right now, she's eating it. And so then we played poker, and Bubs played poker with us, and she kept taking the cards and putting them on her head, doing this with it. And it was like one of my favorite. Somebody messaged me, what's been your favorite parenting moment with Harrison? And it's little moments like that where she's just being precious, and we're all just like sitting there hanging out. And that was a really fun Friday night.
Yeah, it was amazing. And she's like clued in enough that like when we're dealing, if she didn't get a card, she would just like start smacking the bed and like making noises. So like to see her ability to really start reading the room is like, it was really, obviously like has no idea like why we're giving the cards, but she just knows like there's something going there. It needs to come here now. Cards could actually be added to her list of favorite things.
It's kind of in line with Room Key though. It's like square object, easy to grab. And when we get our food too, she's like, where's mine? She just wants to be included. I think it's really cute. I have to blow my nose. I'm so sorry.
FOMO baby.
Oh, what?
I said FOMO baby.
Yeah, entirely. Guys, let's talk about Dipsea. When life feels overwhelming, sometimes the best thing you can do is slip into another world. Whether you need a break from the daily grind or just want to get lost in pleasure, Dipsea is your perfect escape. Dipsea is the audio app that lets you immerse yourself into spicy stories that transport you to your wildest fantasies. Dipsea is a female-founded app for spicy audiobooks and more, created by women for the female gaze. Their app has over 1,000 spicy audiobooks, all crafted by a team of professional writers and top-tier narrators. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial plus 25% off your annual subscription when you go to dipseastories.com/2parents. That's DIPSEA stories.com/2parents for 30 free days and 25% off your subscription. dipseastories.com/2parents. That's DIPSEA stories.com/2parents for 30 free days and 25% off your subscription. dipseastories.com/2parents. Okay, so now let's talk about Charleston.
Okay.
I just have one con of the hotel. It was truly a hotel I like absolutely loved. I think the two that people decide between if they're wanting like a nicer hotel is the Dewberry and the Bennett, and we stayed at the Dewberry. I'm so glad we did. It was unreal. It's an unreal hotel. However, I wanted to order a pastry one day.
Can we do nice things about the hotel?
I can't say anything nicer other than it's my
well, specifically, very like great lobby vibe,
unreal lobby vibe,
really good food,
phenomenal,
super cool rooftop.
Actually, I'm hard on hotels, so I'm giving the Dewberry a 10. I really can't be nicer than that.
Yeah, but we're like, I want to do some feedback.
Location's a 10, and
the reason why I want to do some details. The reason why we love the location is because King Street is the really busy street, and it's 1 block away from it.
Yeah,
so
you're not on it; you're off of it.
Like you're close enough to be in the mix.
But like, I'm a lobby vibe person, and they have it nailed. They have the lobby vibe just nailed. This place, the Line, also has the lobby vibe nailed, which I loved.
Yeah. So now we're doing rooms of improvement. Areas of
they
improvement.
Don't have any areas of improvement. This isn't a.
We had two. The pastry.
But this isn't a them specific thing.
Okay.
This is in general.
Okay, I agree.
But it specifically happened there. But we've talked about it before. So when a hotel or a restaurant changes their menu at a certain time, so in this case, the Dewberry was changing over their menu from breakfast and lunch to the dinner service at 3 p.m. and that's when they stopped serving pastries. So at 3:01. I said, no, at 2:55-ish, I said, can I get a pastry? She said, yes, but let me go get you the menu because they're made to order. It takes about 15 minutes. She gets the menu. At 3:02, she brings me back the menu, but she says, I'm sorry, we switch over the kitchen at 3, so you can't order a pastry anymore. And I was like, yeah, it's funny because like it's 3:02, but I thought she was joking. And she's like, oh, no, I'm dead serious. And I was like, wait, sorry, can you make an exception and can I just order the pastry? And she was like, no, at 3:00 they changed over the kitchen. And that's fine if I can't order the pastry. But what would have made me feel so much better is if she would have just said, you know what, let me go check. She didn't have to go check. She can go like walk around the kitchen, come back and be like, no, I'm sorry. The chef said no.
Yeah,
3:02. She told me, I was like, wait, what? And I get it. They're just doing their job, and I'm for that. And I don't fault anybody. I was just like, man, darn.
It is, as you nail it. You don't even need to do it. You just need to pretend. Where it happens to me a lot is, I don't know if I'm going to go down this path, but whatever. Fuck it, we'll try it because like it's niche. I'm specifically thinking of one restaurant. There's one restaurant in Austin. It's a steak restaurant that you like. They have a burger on the happy hour menu. They do not have the burger on the normal menu. Okay?
Yep. So after 5:00.
And they
have it on the 3 to 5
after
menu.
6.
Oh, is it, okay.
After 6. We had a 6:05. We're sitting there. I asked for the burger. No. And it's fine. Please just pretend. Pretend to ask. Now, I understand these are complainy and these are like the epitome of first world problems, and so we'll probably get roasted for it.
No. I assume Jules clips it, and we hear from some service people that either that they should just pretend to check, or that they really can't. Like sometimes the chefs are very picky about it, and that's okay.
But also, like with the burger, I just don't understand like why we can't like just do the burger like secret menu-ish. I love a burger. This thing keeps dropping. I'm so confused by it. Should we just put it up here? We're going to put it up here and it's just going to come down over time.
I think that's actually a fine idea. Okay, so Charleston, though, overall was great. We did a carriage ride. A lot of people are mad about the horses. I get it. However, the carriage ride was available. Our neighbors told us to do it, so we did it. And it was lovely.
I didn't know we got in trouble for the carriage ride.
Yeah, just they said that they don't support horse... And I get it. I love horses, and I think that horses should be out in the wild or at least at like a stable and running a pasture. I agree with that. However, when in Charleston, like we did do the horse carriage ride, and it was lovely.
It was a nice way to see the city. I didn't think about the horse treatment. I'm very pro animals being treated great. So
I mean, I mentioned it a couple times, but she said, so here's the other thing. She said in Charleston, they treat their horses phenomenal. I mean, these were like beautiful. They were bigger.
They were so nice.
These horses seemed happy. Like there was another time you and I went horseback riding where I could hardly stomach the treatment of the horses and I was like beside myself. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
I was very upset about that. This to me, these horses, because you can tell because horses, they give off like their vibes. These were happy horses, but I agree. Horses do not want to spend their life pulling carriages.
Okay, so I zoned out there for 30 seconds. So I apologize if you did address this. Have we talked enough about like why we love Charleston and what we think of the actual city?
No, but I think,
because there's some things I think we got to get into about Charleston. Because Charleston as a city, amazing city.
It's very girl heavy if you would like to touch on that. So Sydney, our tour guide.
To the... I'm sorry. I think you just got to move over there.
I can't.
You can't? Oh my goodness.
Talk to P.
Okay. I need like maybe a chair. She's so low. Okay. So where were we? We were thinking
to the bachelor party.
To the bachelor party community. I've never been on a bachelor party in Charleston. I've never heard of a bachelor party in Charleston. I think we saw 15 to 20 bachelorette parties. Mm-hmm. If you were a guy planning a bachelor party, you got to put Charleston on top of your list.
And
we didn't see one bachelor party there.
No, it's a very offset ratio. But what did we learn about the College of Charleston also?
But beforehand, do you have any comments on the bachelor party? I feel like that's something we discussed.
I think that it would be a great bachelor party because the restaurants are great, the bars are great, and you can do a 30-minute drive out to Kiowa and golf there. And it's a slam dunk bachelor party.
Yes.
And King Street is like meant for bachelor parties.
Yes. Okay. I was hoping you were going to be like, and there's a great girl to guy ratio. So that way I wasn't saying it, but that's okay.
There's a great girl to guy ratio.
Thank you.
But you just explained that. But then Sydney, our tour guide, told us the College of Charleston used to be 1 to 6, guy to girl. Now it's 1 to 12 guy to girl ratio. That's crazy.
Feels like we need to fact check that. That feels like a pretty crazy ratio.
I agree, but that's just what she said.
So, are we doing too much Charleston here? Because I kind of want to talk about a restaurant. It was
Please don't. It's a little Charleston heavy.
Okay.
I'm like, I know you want to talk about Chubby Fish. Go to Chubby Fish if you go there. All right.
Fucking great.
I promise you.
You got to wait up line, but like ask for the standing table, and then you can maybe not have to deal with the long waits.
All right. Now.
I mean, I can't believe this thing is low again.
I can't either. Now
let's define the laws of physics.
Let's move to things we DM'd. What do you say?
How did you do in physics class?
Didn't take it. Never took it.
You never had to take a physics class?
No, and it's like very where I'm proud of myself is that I was able to make a pathway to where I did not have to take physics.
In high school, you didn't have to do it.
Nope.
I thought physics was the hardest class ever.
I'm sure. It's just I don't have that brain.
Same.
I have a left-sided brain, which is the creative side. No, Harrison, you have both brains. You're lucky.
There's no physics brain in this thing.
There is. You have a really good brain.
You have the best brain of anyone I've ever met.
That's okay. We're not going to sit here and talk about each other's brains.
And you know what? My favorite
have you ever
part
done
of your
the
brain
Enneagram?
Is the beautiful blonde hair you put on your brain.
Well, I'm just happy that you noticed I got my hair done.
I want like a joke about like all I want to do when you get your hair done is like find the right joke about like, but I can never get it.
No.
Like
there are times.
Are you wearing new shoes? But like, and like make sure to comment like everything like but the hair. But like I haven't figured it out.
A funny one would be, oh my god, did you get your eyebrows done? Did you get a spray tan? No. But I can't give you the joke and then you use them back on me. Okay, now we're going to move on to, Bicker of the Week. So Harrison's new, we did it last week. Harrison's new segment that he wanted to introduce is the Bicker of the Week. And last week it was, if there's a pothole, do you swerve or do you stay the course? And I got so many DMs saying swerve and the comments said swerve, Jules. So does this a point for me?
Yeah.
Bicker of the Week,
100%.
week 1 goes to Alex.
Peas rattled. I'm rattled. I think that what the internet is missing on this is Royce just called your expectation
Call Royce back on speaker.
on when to swerve. That is my issue. I think the internet's thinking like, oh, there's no one on the road. Like,
no, the internet's not thinking randomly.
We're like peak rush hour, and you're telling me to swerve. So before we get into the Bicker of the Week,
Royce the wood floor
we're going
man.
to Royce.
He's the best voice. He should be on the radio. Let's talk about Brooklyn bedding, you guys, because it is comfort and quality and it is so affordable. I sleep on my back, I sleep on my side, I sleep on my other side, and then I sleep face down. And it is like all over the place. And half the time I'm sweating, half the time I am cold. And there's nothing worse than night sweats. There's nothing worse than back pain. And Brooklyn bedding has been such an upgrade from my old mattress. It has made sleeping, even when I was pregnant, it made sleeping so delightful. Brooklyn bedding has been around for over 25 years, known for the top of the line comfort and quality without the luxury price tag. If there's one thing though that you guys are going to spend money on, let it be your mattress and your sleep, because there's nothing more important. Brooklyn bedding is free of fiberglass, which can be harmful to your health. Unlike other mattress brands, they ensure their entire facility is free of fiberglass. Also, you can sleep on your Brooklyn bedding mattress for up to 120 nights, and if you don't love it as much as I do, they'll help you return it and pick out a different one. Go to brooklynbedding.com and use our promo code 2parents at checkout to get 30% off site-wide. This offer is not available anywhere else. You have to use our promo code on the very last page of checkout to get this discount. That's brooklynbedding.com, promo code 2parents for 30% off site-wide. brooklynbedding.com, promo code 2parents. Okay, so what did Royce say?
Royce said, so we're going to be nailing we're putting this soundproofing in between the current floors and the floors being laid. So that way you don't hear it you don't hear the walking above when you're on the main floor.
Yeah.
And initially they were going to like use a glue to stick it, but the research he's done is that we should be nailing the floors down, which I trust him. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great move.
But I appreciate his updates.
I love that and I bet he loves to give you the updates.
So where were we?
Bicker of the Week. So,
Okay.
Bicker of the Week, points for Alex. Alex wins the first one, right, Jules?
Yeah.
And were there any specific?
Can I contest?
No. It's
I think everyone is on the same page as Alex and I, which is swerve when safe. Like, if it's not safe,
don't
Okay.
swerve.
don't swerve.
So here's what I may do in a rebuttal. We bought one of those camera holders off TikTok Shop
Yeah, we did.
that I get 500 ads for a day, and we're gonna record like a full 15-minute drive, and I'm gonna do some potholes, and then we'll see. We'll do that, like, should we have swerved, should we have not have swerved, and then we can look around.
I mean, we're not going to do that, but because that's just too much. Like, I don't even know. But I just think, yes, swerve when safe. And have the mindset that you're ready to swerve. Not, when you see a pothole, don't think, how can I hit this thing? Is there a way I can safely go around it? And that's the mentality that we want.
Okay.
Okay. So the Bicker of the week this week is booking on hotels.com or booking direct at the hotel actual website. And this also applies for airlines, because you love to use Expedia instead of the actual airline's website.
No.
In general.
I book airlines on the website,
Okay.
on the direct website. I book hotels
On booking.com.
on booking.com or Hotel Tonight.
And so what happened was you booked the Line Hotel LA
Correct.
and then can't get a refund because you booked it on a third-party website and didn't buy the insurance.
So the bicker is, are we booking hotels direct on the websites or on booking.com? Can we go to the crowd here first?
Yeah. You
I
booked.
think you guys have to tell us which one you guys don't do, because you're going to be like, Alex, Julie always agrees with you. Book it direct on the website.
Thank you. That's
Jules books direct on the website. And
so does P.
Points, rewards.
Okay.
It's a no-brainer. You and guess what? The hotel who they don't want to deal with when you get there, someone that they can't do anything for you. They never have your credit card. They can't find your reservation. They can't move your room. Like,
Okay. There's some history as to why I use these websites,
which is what?
which is, I would say it all started when we were on exchange. And I'm not going to, I don't know if I'm going to defend my take right now.
I don't think you should.
I may be convinced live to change my view. So when we went on exchange, we'd like be going to all sorts of cities. So basically, when we were in college, a lot of people like go on exchange with people
That's
going.
study abroad if you don't know.
Okay, so like sometimes like people go like with their friends. All of our friends went to different places. It was like, let's seed ourselves throughout Europe, and so we had friends in like truly all the major cities: London, Paris, Barcelona, Stockholm, Amsterdam,
Got it.
Madrid, yada yada yada.
Yeah, please do not name one more city. Harrison is such a thorough communicator.
Thank you. And so we would spend all of our weekend just truly hopping. I think some people do that, others don't, whatever.
No, I gotta stop you. The other day, this is how Harrison's brain works. There was a guy on the corner of Lamar and something, Barton Creek, and he was dancing. He was like, he had like pink hair, and he was doing a dance, and he was asking for money. And Harrison was like, roll down the window and ask him why he's doing that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to roll down the window and ask him why he's doing that. And you're so literal that you just needed an answer as to why he was doing that on the corner. And so when you say your friends were spread out over Europe, that's not good enough for you. Your brain then goes one more layer deeper where you need to pinpoint on the map. And after you've given us 3 or 4 examples of where they
Clarify.
are, you need to keep telling us exactly.
Uppsala, Sweden. Have you been to Uppsala? It's a great town.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so
We
thorough. I
love,
don't even know that
Uppsala.
you're not in on your own joke so much. Like, I don't even think you get why we're laughing.
That was a good time. So I think that what we would do is we would just like go to booking.com and we would like pick the city and we pick like the star of hotel and we would just like pick the cheapest one in that star with a reasonable location. So it's a way for us to like find the best, like the most affordable hotel based off the criteria we were looking for. And I think I just like started doing that in college and like never stopped as I like think about it now. And even like now it's like when we go, yeah. So I kind of think that's why I started doing it. And then it's the same thing like when we're traveling for business, like for work, like we never like we're going to all these different places. Do you want me to name them all where we go? All them places we go for work. St. Paul, Minnesota. Boise, Idaho. Bentonville, Arkansas.
Bentonville's your favorite.
I love them all.
Love them all.
I love them all.
You do love them all. You just like to find the barbecue.
I have a barbecue spot in every city. Correct.
It's important.
Shout out Wrights in Bentonville. Have I ever
With a
shouted them
W.
out before?
What?
Have I ever shouted out Wrights?
Not on the pod, I don't think.
Okay. It is amazing.
Steven from Olipop was at Bentonville the other day, and he Instagrammed a rib, and I said, "Is that right?" And he said, "You know it." And I was like, "Good for me."
Yeah. And so when we go to these, whenever we're doing work travel, like we don't really care where we're staying. We just want it like a cheap room in the right part of town. And so like we still use Hotel Tonight.
Booking.com.
Work, we typically do Hotel Tonight because it's just like the one slide. So yeah, I guess like maybe I've lost the Bicker this week preemptively.
Yeah, because you don't get a refund.
All right. I'm going to do a little
It's also,
screenshot
like,
here. Guess what I
cheaper.
got? I got a refund.
How? TikTok asked me if you got a refund.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Okay, this girl had a great comment though. She was like, because I said we lost the reservation from booking.com. And she said, they did that to me once, so I canceled my credit card. And like, I thought that was genius of her to cancel her credit card. But then somebody responded.
That is credit card fraud.
But then I thought
That
it
is
was
like
funny.
legitimately credit card
But it's
fraud.
fine. I get where she was coming from. No, I think it's
No,
great.
it is not.
It's a great comment. And then somebody responded back and was like, what do you mean they did this to you? You did this to you. And I thought that was like hilarious.
Yes.
I love the TikTok comments.
Also, that is fraud.
I think I'm going to just get some Kleenex and keep them here with me.
Okay.
And we'll cut me blowing my nose.
Okay. Maybe, or I'll just keep talking and I can name cities in America that I love.
Name
Okay.
states and capitals.
Okay. So,
I can do all 50 states in under 25 seconds. I'm not going to do it right now, but I
Jules, yes, you are.
Yeah,
No.
you are.
50 states in 30 seconds.
25 probably. I can't
50
I
states in
can't do it
25
live
seconds?
on the pod. Yeah. We can do
If
it.
you can do it up all $100. Bet. Done.
Okay, I have the timer.
Okay.
But I cannot do it live.
Oh, no. Hold on.
This is people are going to be like, "Who are these people?"
Oh, I love it. Hold on. All right. Ready, set, go.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Oh my God, that was 18 seconds.
Okay, $100. Yay!
Did you bet her $100?
That was pretty amazing.
Okay, we need the Venmo to go through. We don't want to be a slow pay. We want to be an
Okay,
on-time
we'll
pay.
do it on Venmo. I was going to do it on cash, but
Well, Jules, which one would you rather have?
Venmo.
just I kind of want to.
I'm impressed. That's a song, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
there was.
Alabama.
I hate to do it. There was a little murmuring. There was a
Oh,
little murmuring.
Did you press send?
I'll slow it down.
It's fine. We're gonna go. We're
Jill
gonna
said
go.
She will slow it down.
We're gonna go because.
Should I put my Venmo out there? Other people can Venmo me.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
What if people?
Fuck yeah.
At Juliana-Minich.
What if people think that they can do it in faster than 18 seconds?
They can come on the pod. I don't know.
I think so too. I think we could call them in,
Perfect.
or they could just send us a voice note.
Yeah,
No, because they could cheat. Because they could just pull it up.
I can't find it.
it's okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Juliana.
IANNA.
Juliana.
Juliana. Oh,
dash.
2 N's.
Yeah.
Well, Jules, congratulations. That was very impressive.
Thank you.
18 seconds. A round of applause.
Okay, now it is time for you to do the provinces
I can't do that.
of
Quebec.
Canada.
Aren't there 6?
Quebec.
Couldn't tell you.
Calgary. No.
I'm joking. Calgary's in Alberta.
British Columbia.
I think that's where I'm from. I think we're gonna lose the people.
Okay.
I think we're gonna lose the
We've
people.
already
only
lost
6.
the people.
Okay. Do we not like this episode?
No, I love it. I think
Okay.
they're just going to be like, what the heck is
Bunch
going
of-
on?
Let's talk about Cozy Earth because you guys know I am obsessed with the all-day tea, with the bamboo sheets, and with their pajamas. The bamboo sheets, let's specifically talk about that for a second. You guys, they are temperature regulating, guaranteed to give you a comfortable night's sleep. Made from viscose from bamboo, they naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body, helping you sleep several degrees cooler. I know everyone just heard that and thought I have to get that immediately because we are in the thick of summer and sleep is so important. Also, they have the all-day tee, which is an everyday essential that's naturally breathable. And they have the Studio Pant collection. These pants are incredibly soft, comfortable, breathable, and making them a must-have staple, but they are so good looking. I have them in black. I have the Studio tee that matches, and it is the best set ever. So you guys, get good night's sleep with a 100-night sleep trial. You can try the sheets the hottest nights of the year, and if you're not in love, you can return them hassle-free, but trust me, you won't want to. 10-year warranty on all bedding products. That's a decade of cool quality sleep, you guys. So luxury shouldn't be out of reach. Go to CozyEarth.com and use code 2parents for up to 40% off Cozy Earth's best-selling temperature-regulating sheets, apparel, and more. Trust me, you'll feel the difference the very first night. That's CozyEarth.com, code 2parents. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. Okay, let's get into the topics. All right, things we DM'd each other. Harrison, what'd you DM me? So I DM'd you, basically, there was a brain scan done of Chat GPT users, and oh, my ears are just like, everything is a mess. All right, there was a brain scan. MIT just completed the first brain scan study of ChatGPT users, and the results are terrifying. So 83% of ChatGPT users couldn't quote a single sentence from essays they wrote minutes earlier. Meanwhile, brain-only users had no problem recalling what they wrote. Fascinating. Number 2, brain connectivity collapsed from 79 to just 42. A negative 47% drop in neural engagement. This was by far the lowest of any group. ChatGPT makes you 60% faster at completing tasks, but it reduces the cognitive load needed for actual learning by 32%. Then it has a scale.
So is that not saying like that? That's amazing for human productivity.
Where it's funny is they have a clock and they have a brain, and they're weighted almost equally. So yeah.
Well, here's my take. I think with all technology, there's inherently going to be pros and cons. I think that what excites me most about AI is the productivity enhancements. Do those productivity enhancements mean you're using less brain power? It would inherently make sense. But if there's more productivity gains than there is a loss in brain enhancement, or in brain usage, then that's going to be a net win. And so that's what I hear, at least that last point is saying. In terms of the other stuff, like it kind of, as I said, I think there's going to be pros to the AI revolution. I think there's going to be cons. The same way with typing, like the movement from handwriting to typing had a lot of pros and had a lot of cons. I'm sure that your memory of things you handwrite versus your memory of things you type is going to be better when you handwrite them. But as a net to society, I think we're a lot better off being able to type things. Even though I was going to make a joke, I didn't make the joke.
Okay.
Didn't make the joke.
I just want to say this. I think when it comes to like you taking a photo.
Am I the worst joke maker ever?
Yeah, you're such a like.
When's my last joke?
Your timing is like a little like. So stand up, I think, would be very hard for you.
I have some stand-up bits that I have rehearsed. They are so good.
Give us one.
No.
Live on the pod.
No.
Please.
No.
Okay. I'm not going to push you anymore. So I think that like you being able to take a photo of the outside of our house when we were in Charleston and say add shutters to our home, unbelievable tool for AI to do. But you saying summarize this email and respond, not the best use because your brain goes offline and like then you're no longer there.
Should we talk about Charleston? Are we talking about Charleston?
This is a Charleston.
Was that a good joke? Was that a good joke? Thank you.
Oh.
I have like pee in my corner here. Jules is just like falling asleep there, not looking. I think.
This is what I want to talk to you about. Will you let Bubber use AI?
I think that AI will be a very critical part of her education growing up. And I think that we want to encourage her to use it in the right ways. And I'll, as of today, I'm a massive. I'm losing my words, but I've used too much Chat GPT that I've lost my vocabulary.
Proponent.
As of today, I'm very supportive of her using AI to
But not to
learn
like
and do things.
But not to like write a college paper for her. No.
I think it's all about what is the assignment and what are they looking to grade, and what are they looking for the students to accomplish and learn.
No, but she's not learning anything if she has ChatGPT write her a paper about the history of something. Then she didn't learn about the history of it.
Yeah, I'll be very encouraging of her using AI tools in the appropriate manner.
But I guess it is just going to be a part of society. Like we had phones, right? So we were able to Google things. And back in the day when you could Google something, they probably had the same worry then than they do now. And so she is just going to have to learn. Like if it's going to be, I guess it goes like this. If it's going to be a part of society that people are using, then she just needs to learn how to handle it the best she can.
I think you just nailed it. It's like, are you saying like, let's go back to when you were going to college. What if your parents were like, you need to go to the library to do all of your research. You need all your research to be from textbooks.
Right, like you're not allowed to use your phone when it's just like phones are a part of society, so let's evolve.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you nailed a perfect point there on the Google thing.
Okay. All right. I'm with that.
But all about healthy balance.
Yeah, healthy balance, and then like we're just gonna have to make sure she's learning and using her brain.
Yeah.
Because we don't even use. Don't they say most humans have a ton of brain space left? Like we only occupy what most people up to 20% max of our brain. Like we have 80% left. Like we can hold a lot of information.
Yeah, I have no idea what the numbers or statistics on that is, and based off Jules laughing, I'm gonna.
No, my brain's just full with the 50 states alphabetical order quickly.
And you could actually hold a lot more
Yeah.
if you wanted. Okay. Well, let's also talk about this. Is self-driving cars actually our brain break? Robot cars, the Elon robot.
What was the other things we DM'd?
So I also DM'd you that there was like a pod of parents that got landlines for their kids. So their kids were able to call each other, but they didn't have the technology of the iPhone.
Love this idea. Love this idea. Until we get the phone for children, I'm all in on this landline idea.
But what if there was like a boy or a girl you wanted to call that wasn't in your landline pod? You got to call that parent and be like, hey, listen, I need you a landline.
Yeah, I think you want to be very inclusive with it. And I think that like a lot of the times what you see, and like this is what these books recommend, like I'm blanking on the one that everyone loves to reference. What's that?
Generation.
Anxious generation.
The Anxious Generation is like doing these things bottoms up versus top down. So like working with parents to come up with the practices that you want implemented amongst your peer group. Like that's what I love. And so I think going wide with it at your school, I think being very inclusive with it so people don't feel left out.
Well, inclusive is a must. But it's
whether it's landlines, which sounds like a great idea that is pretty feasible and cost affordable, I think it's great. Or if it's something along those lines, for lack of a better word, I think it's great.
What about like using parent cell phones?
I think like going for smartphones, going for flip phones is a great option. But I love hearing stories like this. I love hearing stories where parents come together and put things into place that set the right example for their kids.
I think we've lived through a lot of cool pendulum swinging. So like one example is like working from home, right? So COVID, we overcorrected on that.
Yeah.
And everyone was working from home, and now it's like I think a hybrid's the best option. Okay.
Yeah.
But I also think another one is like so much technology. It used to be cool to give kids phones earlier. Remember, they're like, my kid's 5 and got an iPhone. And then it was a sign of wealth almost that you could like buy your kid a phone earlier. And now people are like, it's not cool to give your kid a phone so early. Like we see a lot of parents now saying, okay, we want to ban phones from school for real. We want to give them phones later in life, and we even want them to have landlines. And so I think it's cool to watch the overcorrect go back and forth. Okay.
I agree.
Okay, great. So that I
just felt a little weird about my posture on this episode. Oh. Should we restart? Was my posture bad?
The restart joke is actually really funny. We haven't used it before.
Final segment, new segment, things we learned this week.
Oh, I love this.
Yes.
So. What'd you learn?
This week, I learned that autonomous vehicles are 4 times safer than vehicles operated by humans.
4, I'm shocked. I'm shocked it's not 100 times safer. Human error is real.
We'll put the ratio up. I think it's like 3.7 or 3.8, something like that. Do we have the exact number?
These Waymos, I the other day was on South Congress and I was in a very tight area and there was a Waymo coming my way and I was thrilled there was a Waymo because I was like, this guy's going to be by the book and he's not going to hit me.
So now that we know autonomous drivers are so much safer than human drivers, how does that make you think about Bubber and her in the future? Like, do you think she should be driving, or do you think she should only go in autonomous cars?
Well, right now, like, of course, I think she should be driving because we're not in a world where
Bubber behind the wheel.
I know.
Oh my God.
I can't. Oh, think of it.
She'll be so curious. She won't really keep her eyes
like,
on the road.
She goes like, she'll be trying to eat the steering wheel. Oh my God. I miss her when we're like not with her and I just have these flashes of her. Okay. Like if she fast forwards and gets to 16 and 80% of the cars on the road are autonomous, I don't know.
Let's go 50-50. Okay. We're going to scenario analyze this. 50% of the cars on the road, no. Okay. Well,
Can she get in an autonomous car? Like, does she still get her first car, but it drives itself?
Okay. This is where we're going. We're doing scenario analysis. Okay.
Okay.
16 years in the future.
Yep.
Bubber's turned 16. She's grade A student. And we're going to reward her with a car for her 16th birthday. Half the cars on the road are autonomous, do not have steering wheels. Half the cars on the road, driven by humans, 4 times less safe. Are we buying Bubber an autonomous vehicle that she cannot drive, or are we buying Bubber a vehicle that she is driving that is less safe?
We're going to do the landline thing here where we're going to band together with all the other kids and we're going to say, everyone make it really cool to get an autonomous car. Everyone make it awesome that you, and we'll go a little bit like, I'm not big on like a bow on a car. She'll get a bow on the car. We'll make this autonomous car like a total thing.
Okay, so I'm going to make a prediction and we're going to mark this and we're going to look at it in 16 years.
Okay.
I don't think that if Tate's class is 50 people, I don't think that more than 5 of them will have a license. I think that 90% of people, I think in 16 years, 90% of people who turn 16 will not have a license.
They'll have autonomous cars.
They will only go autonomous driving. I think they will never get a license.
Well, here's what I don't want to take away from her. I remember when I first got my license, I got to get in my car by myself, and I was up at 7 a.m. because I was so excited, and I got to go through the McDonald's drive-thru by myself. And I don't want to take that moment away from her, right? Because there's a sense of freedom with it. But if she can get in her own autonomous car and program in McDonald's, and she gets to go that way, I really hope that's a thing because that's a lot safer.
And she'll have an autonomous boyfriend. She'll have an AI boyfriend that she can go in the McDonald's drive-thru with.
What? I don't even know like where that came from. But like she can name her car.
This is the thing. We'll talk about it next week. But
she can
AI
talk to her
boyfriends and
car
girlfriends.
and she can be like, "Hey, Sammy, take me here," and like, and I think that's cool.
But that is my prediction. Is by the time our daughter turns 16, over 90% of her over 90% of her class will not have licenses and get licenses in their lifetime.
Okay, hold on. What I love about autonomous cars though is, let's say she's in college and she drinks and drives. Okay. So then she calls an Uber, right? Because when I was in college, we didn't have Uber.
Yeah.
We had to like walk or take taxis. She gets the blessing of the Uber. Well, with the Uber, there's still human error. And I don't know how safe I think Ubers are, right?
Well, we know that they're 4 times less safe, at least.
At least. And then like there's also so many other factors. But with an autonomous car, she can drive, have 2 glasses of wine at dinner and have it drive her home. And if she wants to text on the way home, she can text on the way home. There's no texting and driving and there's no drinking and driving. And like, those are 2 areas I would love to eliminate. And like, it makes me really excited. Something I used to fear, which is her turning 16, I would really look forward to.
Yeah, I like genuinely do not think that she's going to want a driver's license or, her friends are going to have them. So,
But like, would you need a driver's license to purchase an automated driver vehicle?
I think that the way it works, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but like there's 5 stages of autonomous driving. And I think that stage 4 is where we are right now, which is there's a steering wheel in the car, but no one needs to sit behind the steering wheel for it to drive. I think that stage 5, which is the last stage, is there isn't even a steering wheel. And so I think that a lot of people think that we'll be at stage 5, and then so you won't even have that option. So you will not need a license. And then the design of cars actually changes. So like it's just
4 seats, but none of them are drivers.
Exactly. Like the configuration is very different than it is today. It can be a lot more communal. You don't even need to be looking forward. It's like those Volvos when you're fucking back in the day, you get that little rear seat action.
Oh my gosh, they're like little golf carts where the back seats face out.
Yeah. We're also, newsflash, I think we're getting a golf cart.
Cars will be so fun though, back like when this happens.
Yeah.
You guys, like if you want to go from here to Dallas, let's say it's a 3-hour drive, like no one's driving. You're just chilling.
Yeah, it'll be a blast.
Where are you driving your golf cart to?
Oh, in Austin.
Yeah,
The neighbors, yeah.
The restaurants around. Harrison wants to get a golf cart. There's a lot of golf carts in Charleston. Very inspiring. Shutters and golf carts. That's 2 ideas that came back with us.
All right. Well, anything else?
I don't think so. Well, that was one thing that you learned. I do want to say one thing I learned, which I already knew, but you learned it, was when you wake up a baby in the morning, they take on your expression. So if you're like, hi, good morning, Bubber, she smiles back at you. And it goes back to the saying my mom told me, which is babies come into the world looking for somebody looking for them, which is so true because we dictate, like, to her, to us, Bubber is something, right? She's our child, but to her, we're everything.
For sure. It's a great reminder, especially like early in the morning when it's like, it's 6 and you're kind of like waking up. It's like, no, like level up, become present, and greet her with warmth and love, and don't just go through the motions. So that was a nice reminder of
The Bubberator, she's like this.
the mindset that we
Gums.
want to be in as we wake our children, and with hugs and kisses and lippies.
Lippies, lipperoos. Okay, guys, when this comes out, no, we already went to Phoenix and back, but we'll talk about that on my Instagram. And we love you guys.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Two Parents in a Podcast, powered by Just Media House. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Stay connected on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at Two Parents in a Pod. Welcome to our home. Sorry it's so messy. New episodes every Thursday.